Now start with our keynote speaker. I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Robert Fischer. Actually, everyone knows, we know him so well. But then he's a very globally known in cosmetic industry. Everyone knows Robert very well. He is publisher of SOFW and he has several publications which are for cosmetic industry. He has more than 30 years of experience in the cosmetic industry and is organizer for HPCI. He is also the organizer for next IFSCC conference in Munich this year. I would like to invite Mr. Robert Fischer on the dais to take us through the...
Yeah, thank you very much, Renuka, for your nice introduction. I hope I'm not disappointing you if I'm not giving you a scientific explanation of all kinds of different things, but I try to be a little bit more philosophical in the beginning today, talking about diversity, and I choose a theme. I know that I'm giving a talk here not for too long, but diversity, is it a curse or is it a blessing? Now, we have a picture here, and I think this is every formulator's dream. A product with a simple formulation, over 100 years of success, distributed in 200 countries, or more than 200 countries, of a volume of over 120 million units a year. The main production in one place. Are you looking for a formula like this? I'm sorry, I think I have to disappoint you. It's been there already. And I don't think that this will repeat in history ever again. Now, what about diversity? Is it a curse? You have to search for new ingredients, search for new formulas, listen to different kind of regulations, going through all kinds of different tests, and you think, is this the product that will be successful? Now I give you a little bit an idea of diversity in a different sense. 1840, Ireland, I hope everyone knows Ireland. Ireland had 8 million population. It was the most densely populated country in Europe at this time. Maybe India was more, but in Europe it was Ireland. And the main food that the Irish people fed on was potatoes. And they lived very well with it. The potato they grew was called lumber. And this lumber was an excellent potato because it didn't have many requirements, really. Yeah, everyone could grow it in their foregardens. If the ground was wet, it didn't matter. If the ground was dry, it didn't matter. If the ground was stony, it didn't matter. This potato grew. But then, in 1845, a blight hit the potato. You know what a blight is? It's sickness. Yeah? Okay. So this blight hit the potato, and almost 80% of the crop died. This was a problem. But the problem came the next year. Because of having no alternatives, the farmers had to grow the same lumber potato again. And the blight struck again. What was the result? 1 million people estimated died from starvation. Over 1.5 million people left the country because they simply couldn't survive. And this is all because they had no diversity. At the same time, in South America, the farmers grew potatoes and they lived on potatoes. And guess what? The blight was in South America. But in South America, they had a wide diversity of different types of potatoes. And it struck only one or two of these species of potatoes, and the farmers in South America had no problem. Now, what do we learn from this? Well, diversity can not only be a blessing, it can be life-sustaining. Now, of course, we are talking about cosmetic products, and maybe it's not that serious. But it can be life-sustaining to your company if you have a nice and good variety of products. Now, we talk a lot about what can we learn from nature. Now, we all want to learn from nature because nature is teaching you actually everything. Now, everything, every scientist, everything we know comes from nature. What do we see in nature? Do you see a diversity or a uniformity? There's an estimate that we have more than 100 million species in this world, including bacteria, including all kinds of things. Is this diversity a disadvantage for our globe? Well, we all know. Of course not. What do we try to do? We try to keep it. Yeah, everywhere we are trying to establish projects because we know we are, as humans, extinguishing species, but this is not good. So what did Diana Wall, a biologist at the Colorado State University, say? Biodiversity or diversity is the key to many benefits. It will be a benefit to discover new genes, chemicals that can be used for drugs, improve crops, or restore polluted land. We learn where new species are, their role in maintaining healthy ecosystems, and how we can conserve them is vital for making informed decisions about our land, rivers, and oceans. Diversity in nature is essential for our life. It is essential for our surviving. Is diversity a curse or a blessing? Well, you answer yourself. What about human diversity? Well, if we look around here, we already see a diversity. Well, we have Germans here, we have Indians here, we have, I don't know, some other countries here, I don't know. But there is about, by language, there's about 7,000 different language groups on this earth. 7,000 different language groups. What does that mean? Well, that means that there's a lot of ethnic groups. There is traditions, history, likes, dislikes. There is a diversity of opinions and convictions. Sometimes we humans think this is bad, and we try to uniform them. I heard a popular slogan here in India, unity in diversity. Yeah, you know that? See, I know it too. The diversity of a society can be an extreme blessing because with all the different traditions, opinions, likes, dislikes, convictions, you can create a real good asset of knowledge. If you are just one way thinking, well, we know it. You're blindfolded in a while. Diversity in humans can be perfect. But now we come to this diversity in a cosmetic sense. What does that mean? There are different traditions, different likes, dislikes. Well, that means that what you like to put on your skin or to put on as your makeup, maybe someone else does not like. And I show you a little film about this. It's about... It doesn't work? Too bad. Too bad. Then I give you a hint. You go to YouTube and you find Esther Honig. Esther, yeah, Esther, like Esther, and Honig, like honey in German. And what she did, I explain it to you if the film doesn't run. She sent a photo of a girl to 25 different countries and wanted photo designers, you know, those who work with Photoshops, to make this face the perfect face. 25 different countries. Guess what? You have 25 different beautiful faces. But they are all different, although one person. Extremely different was, and unfortunately I can't see it, it was always the different makeups, different hairs, and so on. So what does that show you? Well, in 25 different countries, people would have bought 25 different products. India is a huge country, and I bet that in this place of India, people would buy different products than they would buy in the north, in the south, in the east, in the west, and even here in Mumbai, there are so many diverse groups. They don't want the same product. Unfortunately, they don't want all Nivea cream anymore. That is why also Bayersdorf had to change, and now they have some 500 different skincare products. So, where would they be if they would have stayed with this thing alone? At the L'Oreal website, you find the following. At L'Oreal, we are convinced that there is no single and unique model of beauty, but an infinite diversity of forms of beauty linked to periods, cultures, history, and personalities. To draw ever greater numbers of women and men to use our product means reaching out to extremely diverse populations with a vision of universalizing beauty. In our view, to universalize does not mean to impose uniformity, but on the contrary, to be inspired by diversity to innovate. This is the key. Today, you have to be innovative. You simply have to be. I mean, some may say, this is a curse. Every day I have to think anew. But see it positive. If you daily have to think anew, you keep your brain cells active and you're not getting older in your brain. I don't know the English word for demence, but this is what's happening. So see it positive. And it goes on to say, our ambition, L'Oreal, our ambition for the coming years is to win over another 1 billion consumers around the world by creating the cosmetic products that meet the infinitive diversity of their beauty needs and desires. Will you leave it all to L'Oreal? You shouldn't. They are rich enough. Yeah. Now we see, diversity is really a key for success in the future, also here in the cosmetic industry. And I just had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Thomas Förster of Henkel. Some may know him. He's the corporate vice president of R&D at Henkel Beauty Care. It's just about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. And I asked that question, is there something like a global product? And he said, well, yeah, in some shampoos you can manage, but then he said, however, there is a great demand for regional products that satisfy specific consumer demands. Hair and skin types vary significantly in different parts of the world. Just think of the straight, thick hair of Asians, wavy Caucasian hair, or frizzy African hair, not to mention all the different skin tones. These ethnic differences determine a variety of consumer needs. On top of this are preferences for certain fragrances, regional trends, and locally known natural ingredients which require special formulation. This is your chance. This is where you are here. You are in a multi-ethnic society. Make the products for your clients and you will be successful. And that's probably why you are here. Here in this conference, you will learn more about all kinds of diversities. On the show ground, you can go to the booth and see what they offer for you to create innovative new products for the needs of your clients. So, you're at the right place, and think of the South American farmers. Diversity is a blessing.